Okay, Geoff and Cam. Yeah, 2-1 a win at Coggeshall Town. Um, and 1-0 down after 7 minutes. So a performance of great character to turn that around as much as anything else.
Yeah, I mean, even that, I would say that was just against the run of play. How they scored, is well, I'll say lapse of concentration from us, but barring that, I thought again we were a much better team first half. We started with a back three, wanting to, as it go at them, try to create more opportunities because whenever we come off the back of sort of not scoring, I always try and find solutions, to create more opportunities for our forwards, to try and get them in goal scoring opportunities. And I feel when we do play three at the back and we find our system and players are sort of playing forward and trying to move the ball quickly at tempo, I think we're sort of unplayable. And we saw little patches of that today. And like I said, we came in at halftime. It wasn't really too much to change. I just said, look, again, when we get into the final third, just take a little bit of care, which we started to do. And I thought with them having the win, they would have tried to pin us back, but we just decided, in second half, because against the win, we have to play a bit more football as well. And then obviously once we got the penalty and we got back into the game, I knew it was only us that was really looking to win it.
Yeah, okay. How much was the wind a factor, do you think?
First half we had it. So again, I think Jack won the toss. So again, the balls were carrying a bit more further. But if you look at some of the set pieces from Briggsy, that some of them was over hit, and he had to really sort of take a little bit off it. Some of the through balls again were carrying a bit further than obviously we would have liked. Some of the diagonal balls as well, which normally would keep in play, were going out. So we had to sort of adjust that aspect as well. But as I said, we thought they would have used the wind a bit better second half. But I think we just came out with a new impetus second half, and I said to the boys, look, minimum we have to come away with a draw here. With the performance levels that we've done, we need to come away with something from here. And again, it's a bit like Hutton and Brimsdown. These are really good away performances. Against the wall. Compared to last season, we probably would have lost this game.
Yeah, sure.
And that's the character we're showing at the moment. And like I said, we just need to get the back end of a bit of a run. We've been unfortunate with a few postponements, which are obviously out of our hands. But if we can now build a little bit of momentum in this league, you put 2 or 3 wins back together, you're climbing up there. So we've got games in hand, but as you know, the old cliche, points on the board, you prefer them. So we just got to turn up, win these games, find a bit of consistency, and see where it takes us.
Okay. Turn to Cameron. You watched the first half, obviously, from the bench. Then you went on when Fred won the penalty. I think you weren't.
So I had a good view of it.
Yeah, exactly. So talk me through that.
Yeah. I think from up here, Fred's, I think, got in front of the number 2, and he lost his head a little bit, and then fouled him for a free kick up there.
Right.
And then basically just done the same as Fred was saying, like, he just needed to get in front of the ball in front of him, and he knew that he was going to come in. Right, it was clumsy, okay. It was stupid, it was a bit of head loss from their right back, and yeah, Briggsy does dispatches the pen, and
not always, but he did this time.
Hey, 9 times out of 10.
Not always recently, but yeah. I mean, that was confident as well.
Yeah.
The keeper was giving him a bit of stick, and he gave a bit back, as he normally does.
He did, and it was just, I think Geoff was saying that, like, get that one goal, and then there was always, I think, one team that was going to really win it. They had a chance at the end, but they were going gung-ho, weren't they? Goalkeeper was up for set pieces and so on.
Absolutely. 10 minutes of added time as well, which made it a bit nervy. And just before we come on to your goal, because I haven't forgotten about it, but who got the ball off the line? Was it Sam? We were trying Sam got the ball off the line as well. And again, just before we let you talk through the winner, some great performances, but also a number of other injuries as well, with Adam looking quite serious, kind of.
Yes, I think that's a dislocated finger. Okay. But again, we need to see. He's at hospital now, so we're going to get some feedback, and then we can decide obviously how we're going to do it, because obviously he drove as well. These are non-league things, isn't it? Yeah, non-league, issues that you need to deal with. So hopefully, again, he's not too bad, because obviously we've got a big game on Tuesday as well, which we want to take a good squad for. So we've got to obviously check out, see how people are feeling. It might be a little bit of rotation, but this is non-league. This is what we want when you're in different competitions. You know what I mean? You want to play these sort of games. So it's good to have obviously people back. David made his debut today.
Yeah,
Nico is back today. So again, we're going to be utilising the squad as much as possible. And like I said, we just want to build on this. Really, it's a big win, because people have looked at it. Do Clapton have to fight for it away to Coggeshall, who've only had one defeat so far this season? So as I said, it's a big result, and I told the boys, you need to credit yourselves, for turning up, being one down. It could have been easily, as I said, it could have drifted away. Could have said it wasn't our day, but we didn't allow it to be. So credit to them.
Okay, right, back to Cam. It's like, this is your moment. So you come on, and we were actually saying that it was kind of the game that saw the made for you to come on and do that as well. But this time you've got the winner. So talk us through that and how it feels.
It felt great. I think always my mindset coming off the bench is, especially in these situations, is like, go and get the winner. And yeah, like had a couple of times where like through balls and slipped through, and I felt the chances were going to be there. Like they were turning the ball over really high in midfield, like Ross and Jules winning it, and I just felt we'll get a chance, and they were opening spaces and so on. So yeah, just kind of peeled off the defender, and Fred had the ball, and then played it at the right time, and didn't have too much time to think of it, so it's probably a good thing, and just roll it into the back of the net.
Took a touch when across the keeper, side netting finish.
It was. I think for me, kind of, it did push me out a little bit wider, so I couldn't really go across the keeper, so that like the front post was on, and as long as I hit it with enough pace, and I know it was rolling. So good feeling, and personally for myself, like hopefully that kind of gets my season going really. So.
Brilliant, well done, and just a kind of word on David, because people won't know who he is. I didn't know he signed for the club until we were on the train up here. So he's come from Lewisham and Bryden, so he's come from the Scaffold.
Yes, and it did cause us a few problems last season as well. But as you said, I felt we had a void in our squad. Obviously, Jake's gone. Lewis has been training with us, so he's back with us. But again, that everyone kind of knows my philosophy is like I do like sort of wide players who can beat people 1v1, bit of pace, trickery, so he adds that bit to us that we've been missing, that variation. I thought when he came on, he did really well. Nico as well, as I said, giving us that outlet, because I feel we're so much better when we can stretch teams. We've got the distribution in the middle, but then you need the outlet out wide, to make sure that we can create those overloads and create those opportunities. So he came in there, just done his initiation as well. Okay. So bless him, knows he's part of the squad and everyone's feeling welcome, because that's the sort of dressing room that we are. But it's a good asset to have, and as I said, we just need to bolster it with a few sort of signings as it's time, as you said, with the injuries coming through and stuff. So we do need to rotate as much as possible. And credit to, as I said, to Louis today and Cam coming in, because again, they've come under fire slightly in terms of like numbers, asking them to, can they contribute a little bit more, and they've stuck to the task. I said Louis had really, really good 60 minutes, was involved, and then obviously Cam coming on and showing that bit of composure, which we've been asking for really. So listen, as I said, the spot's there for them, but it takes character, to come on knowing you're under pressure, to kind of finish that last 5 minutes, the game's on the line, to put it in the back of the net and win us the points, and that's what we need consistently now. If it's him or or Louis, or is it Nico, whoever it is, come on and make the difference. And I tell you, there's no real stopping us. As I said, we've played majority of the teams now in the top half. We've obviously the second half of the season. Obviously, we've got teams in the lower half, but every game, as you can see in this league, you've got to fight for it. You've got to show that little bit of sort of quality, and that's what I think that we have. We just need to bring it out of the squad. Okay, great. Congratulations to you both. Really satisfying win. And we appreciate everyone turning up today, because again, we know there's a big FA Cup game tomorrow, so if people can attend, please do so. We appreciate all the support today. Brilliant. Okay, well done both. Thank you. Cheers. Well done.